This has come up a few times recently, both in podcasts on which I've been a guest and also in some private conversations. So I wanted to talk about it briefly here too. Photography, definitely stock photography, but also client photography, portraits, weddings, boudoir, etc. Photography is both prescriptive and descriptive. And so, what I mean by that is that it is descriptive in that most photographers are describing the cultural ideals we already hold. They are creating images that are as close as possible to idealized beauty standards for a couple of reasons. One is that we are all trained, but especially artists and photographers, to strive to make human bodies look close to those ideals, because that's what we consider to be beautiful. And a lot of art is about capturing or depicting beauty. And so if we are taught that the body of a 20-year-old model is what is beautiful, then that's what's going to be depicted or as close as possible. And also, photographers are business people. They need to eat. They need to pay their rent. They need to feed their families. And they want to create what's going to sell. They want to create stock photos that people are going to buy. They want to create portraits that people want to hang giant prints on their walls of, which is perfectly understandable because again, these are all independent business people who need to eat, and their clients, either stock photo customers or photography clients, in general have been taught to value those same beauty standards and want images of themselves or in the case of stock photos of other people that are in line with those standards, because once we have internalized what's attractive, or what we should be attracted to, we will just unconsciously prefer that, which is the cause of a lot of isms and a lot of, particularly weight stigma, is that once we have been ingrained with that for our whole lifetimes, we will just automatically prefer that, prefer the things that we have been taught are valuable and worthy and desirable. So, so of course, photography is descriptive because it is describing what we already hold valuable, and what we already, the parts of the world that we think are worthy of being shown. But it's also prescriptive, because when you have a whole world full of photographers who are depicting what they think is considered valuable, it perpetuates that. So that means that all we see is idealized images. All we see is photos of people whose fat rolls have been photoshopped out, or their wrinkles, or their stretch marks, or acne, or their flyaway hair have been removed. All the body stories are gone, and it's we've been turned into these generic, tiny people who don't have any personality or stories. When that is all we see, of course that perpetuates, it reinforces what we've already been told is desirable and worthy. And so that is how photography both describes what we value and perpetuates it. And so I and a number of other photographers are breaking out of that. But it really is revolutionary, because it requires us as photographers to see things differently and value different things and want to depict things that are against what we have been taught. But it also requires the people who view that photography and who buy that photography to rebel as well. And that's why it's really revolutionary, because it creates change in both the descriptive and the prescriptive sense.